What is going on, you guys? Thank you for tuning in. So I'm actually in Sam's Club right now. We're starting the second month of my mass phase, and so I'm actually starting a new diet. So today I'm going to take you on a grocery shopping trip to show you exactly what I buy to help fuel and recover my workouts. Alright guys, so first thing on the list is cinnamon raisin bread. If you guys have followed me for a long time, you know I'm a big proponent of this over the bagels, just because for the same calories and macros, you're getting 3 slices of bread versus 1 bagel. It's usually a lot cheaper, and in my opinion, it's just a lot more versatile and, I don't know, kind of funny. Of course, the staple of every diet is chicken breast, so you're going to be eating 7-ounce portions, so we're going to need a shit ton. Now, normally I would eat ground beef or some sort of lean red meat in the off season, but just because money's tight, I normally opt for 93% lean ground turkey, just because it's super cheap, easy, versatile, has a good amount of fat, which makes it tasty, and it's a good addition to pasta or rice. So in my opinion, one of the cheapest and easiest to eat quality sources of carbs is bananas. Usually it's $1.37 for a bunch. I just have one every day to put in my oatmeal, just to get those quality carbs and some sugar. Now for me personally, eggs has to be in my diet, whether it's in season or off season. I already have full eggs at home, so we're just gonna pick up some egg whites just to add some extra protein without the fat or taking up too much space in the stomach. So I always drink whole milk in the off season just because it has the micronutrients that are going to be so important for recovery. And then also because it has a little bit of the extra fat, carbs, and protein in it, it's just going to give you a lot more calories, take up less space in the stomach, and it's cheap. So after a lot of experimentation and then just understanding my body, I'm more of a hard gainer and I respond better to higher carbs and less fat. But having something just like almond butter to give you some quality fats will definitely help you with just, again, boosting your testosterone, getting those quality calories, which is what you need to put on size. So I don't normally have a lot of fat in my diet. A lot of the fats that I get just comes from the food I'm eating. So in other words, like I won't really add any oils or anything to my diet plan unless it's really needed. But for this diet, what I'm gonna try is cycling between fat sources. To be honest, I just have an excess of peanut butter, almond butter, mixed nuts. So I'm only gonna have 1 serving of that a day. So each day I'm just gonna cycle through each one just to give my body something different to respond to in terms of micronutrient profile, and then just the types of fats that I'm getting. So next up, I'm gonna grab some cereal. One of the easiest ways to get a bunch of carbs without feeling overly full is I do half oats and half cereal. That way the oats take on the flavor of the cereal, and because it's soggy, you can just eat it right up. So of course you can't have chicken without the rice, so we are gonna grab some jasmine rice. Guys, I don't 100% recommend. However, if you want something that's super budget friendly, high sodium to give you good pumps in the gym, and is super cheap and easy to eat, then get the ramen noodles for sure. Of course, guys, gotta grab your supplements, so don't skip out on the fish oils. It's going to help you with your recovery, joint health, and heart health. And of course, guys, got to keep your digestion in check. So I always get the gummies. That way, it's a little sweet treat at the end of every meal, and I make sure I don't have any discomfort or bloating. And also, you can just eat a shit ton more food. All right, guys, that is a wrap. So we got 13 items, mostly food and some supplements, for a total of $137.03. Usually at the beginning of the month, my first bill is going to be probably the biggest, just because I'm buying a lot of the things that are going to set me up for the month, like my ramen noodles, my rice, stuff like oats, usually the carb sources. Then on a week-to-week basis, it might be anywhere between maybe $30 to $60 a week, depending on what I need. Usually on a week-to-week basis, I'm buying things like milk, bananas, chicken, ground turkey, and anything else that I just ran out of over the course of the month. So now that you guys have seen what I buy at the grocery store and what a bill might look like when I go grocery shopping, let's go ahead and take a look at my diet. That way you guys can see what I'm eating for the off season, and then we'll wrap up the video from there. So let's go ahead and break down my diet. So on a daily basis, I'm going to be eating 4,899 calories, 327 grams of protein, 555 grams of carbs, as well as 132 grams of fat. So as I mentioned earlier, guys, I'm more of an ectomorph, and also working with my coaches and just my experience over the years, I've learned that my body responds better to higher protein, higher carbs, and lower fats, especially in the off season. So you guys will definitely see a lot of carbs and then really high calorie meals. I didn't really break down what the macros were per meal, but I think the smallest meal is still 1,000 calories, and then the highest meal I think is like maybe 1,300 or 1,400. So, I'm a big eater. I don't really like eating small meals frequently, so I'd rather just have like 4 meals a day and just smash the calories in. And then when I diet for a show is when I'll spread my meals throughout, so that way I don't constantly think about food. But anyways, if we break down my first meal, I wake up at 7 a.m. and then have my breakfast at 7:15. So first thing I eat in the morning is going to be my overnight oats. So I do 1 cup of milk, 43 grams of oats, 43 grams of Honey Nut Cheerios, a quarter teaspoon of salt, and a half teaspoon of cinnamon. And I basically just put that in a Tupperware, shake it up, leave it out overnight in the fridge, and then just eat it cold with a banana on top for extra flavor. And then along with my overnight oats and banana, I'm gonna have 2 eggs with a half cup of egg whites and salt, maybe some hot sauce if I have it. And then my choice of 1 tablespoon of almond butter, peanut butter, or mixed nuts. With the fat sources, I'm just sticking to more nut-based stuff because I noticed with one of my coaches when I had almond butter in my diet, my body just responded really well to it. But also peanut butter has always been a staple, and then mixed nuts I usually save for at night. But I figured, since I have a lot of this at my house right now, I'll just alternate between whichever one I feel like for the day. And then of course I gotta have coffee with my breakfast. So I have 12 ounces of coffee with a quarter cup of milk and then 4 Splenda. Now for my pre-workout meal, which I eat at 11, I just have 1 pack of ramen, 7 ounces of chicken breast, and 43 grams of spinach. Then I'm gonna eat that with 6 slices of cinnamon raisin bread and then 16 ounces of water. So the 6 slices of cinnamon raisin bread is the equivalent to about 2 bagels. And I really like this meal just because it's pretty easy to eat for me. In terms of like how heavy it feels, like it actually feels pretty light. Super high in sodium, so my pumps are really good in the gym. Got good sugars, so I can burn through those while I train. And honestly, it's just pretty tasty. So if we go to meal 3, which is my post-workout, I'll basically have 2 cups of jasmine rice, 7 ounces of ground turkey with taco seasoning, 2 eggs, and 43 grams of spinach. With that, I'll have another container of the oats and Honey Nut Cheerios, except this time I'm going to add a scoop of protein. And then I do a half cup of milk and a half cup of water. And then with every meal, I do 16 ounces of water just to help keep my digestion good and just process the food that I'm eating. So that's pretty much it for my post-workout. And then my last meal of the night, which will be at 9 o'clock, I'll have another 2 cups of jasmine rice, 7 ounces of chicken breast, 43 grams of spinach, and then yellow mustard, just because it's no calories, no sodium, and it just makes the chicken taste a lot better. And then another thing of Honey Nut Cheerios, oats, and protein. And then my choice again of 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, mixed nuts, or almond butter, just to help make sure that I'm not hungry throughout the night, and it slows down my digestion and just speeds up recovery. So that's pretty much my diet, guys. I'm going to be following this for the next 2 months or so. The goal is going to be to add anywhere between an extra 5 to 10 pounds over the course of the 3 months that I've been training in my quote-unquote off season. And then if you guys want to see these meals, just follow my Instagram. I'm going to be posting them in my stories, or maybe even make a separate post or reel on my page itself. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope it inspired you and gave you some ideas for things that you can put in your own diet, or gave you some tips on, some things you can do on your next grocery shopping trip. So give the video a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below for the next video that you guys want to see, or anything that you took out of this video. And until next time, guys, take care. Have a great day.